Oh, let's see. Uh-oh, here we are. Here we are. I thought I'd do a quick video. I don't know how quick it's going to be, but every now and then I have to go back into my studies and refresh my mind because I can get stagnant and just, with my problems, my illness, and it's mostly my pain. I can let that get the best of me. Hey, I got one person. So every now and then I have to pull out my old stuff, which I never threw away, things that helped me mentally. I went through so many different self help courses. I went to the School of Metaphysics and learned so much. I've done hypnosis. I went through hypnosis and Reiki and past life regressions. And I studied with so many different religions, the Hindu, Buddhism, you name them. I even studied with this religion called Ekankar, and that I have to remember those practices that I learned. But I want to invite you all to come on this journey with me to refresh my mind and yours. Maybe it will help you. I don't know. But this is they gave me in metaphysics, school of metaphysics. I had plenty of notebooks and lessons and things, but this one, there's a lot of, but I'm not going. Not right now. We'll do it slow. But this is undivided attention, and I think I've done this video a long time ago. But this says to read this out loud every day. And I did this because I was so involved and I felt myself just, oh man, developing. Doors were opening and I was feeling better. So I'm going to read this. It says, undivided attention. Undivided attention is necessary in order to master the use of the mind and to know self. This is truth. So, undivided attention. I mean, that seems like it's hard to do with so many things to distract you, distractions and things. Sometimes I'm even trying to pray and meditate, and the to keep that attention on that meditation. That sometimes can be the hardest thing to do. And I know had to learn to do that to actually go into meditations, and that's how I met my guardian angel, Layla, in a deep meditation. So I learned all these things, and that was years ago, maybe 20 years ago. And I've got to dig up my all these papers and in my practices. I got to do it again. So what I just read you, it says, this is true. Truth. Self awareness begins with knowing your thoughts. Knowing your thoughts. You can only know your thoughts if you're aware of each of your thoughts. Hmm. Wow, man, to know your thoughts. To know your thoughts, you must practice undivided attention in whatever you think or do. After you have gained greater awareness of your thoughts, you will begin to recognize who is behind the thoughts. Who is behind the thoughts? This is the beginning of self awareness. This awareness will place you head and shoulders above the crowd in which you are capable of achieving. Let me read it again. It says, this awareness head and shoulders above the crowd in which you are capable of achieving. Really? Next paragraph. It says, what is she talking about? Oh, I forgot this Google does that. You can be talking. I'm reading and she jumping in the conversation. Oh my God. I don't know how to turn. That's my doorbell camera. Oh, please don't do that again. Whatever your name is, Siri. Okay, back to this lesson. Paragraph 2. Your undivided attention is necessary for total concentration. Your undivided attention must be focused to a fine single point of the six-pointed star to achieve or meditate successfully. Now, when they're talking about your undivided attention must be focused to a fine single point of the six-pointed star, they taught me that. Let me see if you can see this. You see this here? You can draw you something like that. It's nothing but two triangles. One triangle up, say going north, and the other triangle going down. It's kind of like the Star of David, really. Okay, now this what the purpose of this is said a six single point. Your undivided attention must be focused to a fine single point of a six-pointed star to concentrate or meditate successfully. So you concentrate on the point, that point right there. And that might seem simple, but you concentrate on this point. And I did all this, and I can tell you the meditations I went through, my goodness. Okay. Undivided attention forms the foundation for the intuitive abilities. Okay, let's read it again. Undivided attention forms the foundation for the intuitive abilities. When I think about that, every time I've gotten intuition or whatever you want to call it, a vision, I have been concentrating on this just, and then all of a sudden the wind a blow and I see a vision. It's just a quick vision. And then when it leaves, in my mind, I said, oh, what was that? So it's about concentration, undivided attention. Undivided attention is required if control is to be built in the use of creative visualization, inner level meditation, lucid dreaming, intuition, permanent healing. That's what I'm working on, permanent healing, and other mental faculties. Undivided attention enables you to achieve the greatest mental efficiency. Undivided attention and empowers you with the ability to draw up on and use the highest mental creativity. It leads to improved memory and reasoning. I tell you what happened to me today, God, no, yesterday. I was getting ready. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna remember where I stopped. I was getting ready to leave the house. I had ordered me some fish at this place, the best fish. Oh, I ordered that, and I was gonna go to the dollar store, but I was gonna take my trash out, and while I was leaving. So I do this all the time. I went to the garage, let the garage door up. But the garage door was making this, you know how sometimes it needs to be oil. So I got the WD-40 before I took the trash out. I sprayed, put it down. I had my purse on my shoulder, and I took the trash. It was two bags of trash, and I opened up my trunk to my car and put the trash in. And I left the trunk up because I was just gonna drive a few feet to the about probably 20 yards to the dumpster. So I did that. And I put the keys. I didn't put the keys in my purse. I couldn't have, but I had the keys in my hand, shoulder on my purse on my shoulder. I go back in my garage, let the garage door down, walk out of the garage and into the kitchen, and lock the garage door. I carry myself. I walk through the kitchen and then in the living room. And I was going out the door. And I said, well, where are my keys? I don't have my keys in my hand. So I went digging my purse, dig, dig, dig. And then I emptied my purse, no keys, no keys. I'm sitting there thinking, no, wait a minute. I got to go back and retrace all this stuff. I retraced my steps. I looked out in the garage. I went to the car to see if my I left the keys in the door of the garage. No keys, no keys, no keys, no keys to be found. I did this routine, I know, 6 times. I was getting frustrated, so I called my friend, and he said, "Well, I'm gonna come over so I can help you find it." I said, "Well, I don't want you to do that, but it's just I think I'm losing my mind because how can my keys just disappear like that?" Then I called my son. He said, "Mama, just lay down and leave it alone. Leave it alone." So my friend called. He said, "Well, Mary, I can't make it because I'm looking for my dentures." So he misplaced his dentures. You guys that are young, yeah, just remember this is what happens when you start when you get old. I guess I'm there. But anyway, so he said, I can't go out of the house without my teeth. So I said, well, don't come. And I'm just going to go to bed. So I took off my clothes. I was tired because I'd been looking for my keys for 45 minutes. Then I didn't know if I should call the fish place and cancel the order. I'm just frustrated and tired. So I take off my clothes, put on my gown, get back in the bed. And during this time, I'm so thankful for my guardian angel. I tell you guys, everybody needs to find this guardian angel. I mean, mine, Layla. I'm still mad and upset. And I say, oh, Layla, what in the world did I do? What did I do with my keys? And Layla says, get up and go in the living room and sit on the sofa. I say, sit on the sofa. And I have this habit, and I got to stop it. This habit of not, questioning. I have a habit of questioning what Layla's instructions are. So I said, what do I need to sit on the sofa for? And then I said, oh, just get up and just sit there. I say, so I get up, sits on the sofa, the corner of the sofa. And I don't know why I sat on the left hand, front facing, it would be the right hand. I usually sit on the left side of the sofa, front facing. So I sat on that side, the right hand front facing. I sat there and I was comfortable for a minute. I said, now Layla, what am I supposed to do? I'm sitting here. What am I supposed to do? Layla says, look between the pillows on the couch. So I didn't argue nothing, but I peeled the throw pillow, peeled them back, and there were my keys. I said, what the hell? My question was, who did this? And Layla says nothing. She says nothing. So I said, well, did something happen? Did I have a blackout? Why? From me walking from the garage through the kitchen with my purse on my shoulder, my keys in my hand. Why would I sit on the sofa when I'm heading toward the front door? Why would I sit on the sofa and put my keys between the pillows? That was the craziest thing. So it left me perplexed and anything. But the point is, that was my guardian angel that told me what I had done. And I take blame for that because I'm not saying no little creatures and snatched my keys out and threw them there. Something happened. Something happened. And this is the part that I'm thinking about this, that undivided attention. But that's still strange. Something, I had a blackout or something. I went to sleep while I was walking. Okay, but she says, I'm saying she, whoever wrote this, undivided attention forms a foundation for the intuitive abilities. Undivided attention is required if control is to be built in the use of creative visualization, inner level meditation, lucid dreaming, intuition, permanent healing, and other high mental faculties. So, yeah, that undivided, because I had to take off my clothes and go to bed. And then when Layla started talking to me, it was just like in my mind, another person there telling me what to do. And I got up and just did it. Okay, now let's go to the next paragraph. Let's leave that right there. Go to the next paragraph. Undivided attention enables you to achieve the greatest mental efficiency. Undivided attention empowers you with the ability to draw upon and use the highest mental creativity. It leads to improved memory and reasoning. For success in any field, you must be able to focus at will. When your will, when you will your attention to the focus you choose to direct it, then real and success concentration is at your command. You can then utilize your improved mental capacities. There is no limit to what you can achieve when the mind is focused and directed. A focused and directed mind creates a state of receptivity that invades. Let me read it again. A focused and directed mind creates a state of receptivity that enables genius and intuition to be a part of your everyday waking existence. Everyday waking existence. The creative mind achieves minimum efficiency through the use of undivided attention. Wow. I How many long have I been talking? I can't even see. Oh, 17 minutes. Okay. But I'm gonna stop right there because I'm starting to sweat. But I got a heating pad, heating pad on my hip. That's why I'm sweating. But we're gonna talk about this some more because these lessons. I was just so it was a direction in my life, and I went that way, and I learned so much. If you can become so involved in what the teacher or lecturer, movie or book is saying that they are talking directly to you, then you have temporarily given your undivided attention. When you become the character in the book, the actor in the play, or the speaker on stage, you are given your undivided attention. I'm gonna tell this little story. It was the craziest thing. Um, that was the time I was studying this, that, but I still would dart in and out of church things. Somebody would invite me to come and blah blah blah, and I would go visit with them. This particular time, T.D. Jakes, he had not moved his congregation to Dallas yet, but he was in the Dallas Convention Center. Big, not the main auditorium, but a smaller auditorium upstairs on escalator, but to go up escalators. So my cousin asked me to go. So I said, okay. I rode with them, her and her friend. So we get to the auditorium and they conducting a service, blah, blah, blah. And I knew they was gonna ask for money, but I said that's the only thing I'm giving is $5 in this offering. So they did the offering. But the thing is, they started out with the big money. Who they started out with $10,000. All of the people wanted to give that kind of money because TD Jakes wanted money to move to Dallas. And it was a lot costing money. So there was actually a line of people who were giving that kind of money. And I said to myself, "Oh, I didn't bring that kind of money." So the list went down from it even got it. The lowest it got was those that are giving $10 get in this line. And I said, well, I be damn. He didn't call out the $5 people. I said, I'll keep my money. And I told my cousin, I say, I'm really ready to go. And she said, well, Mary, no, we'll wait to hear him preach. I was so I'm just irritated. That made me mad. But then they was talking about if you want to use your credit card, they had machines that you could, put money and all ATMs and all that. My soul was just, why in the hell did I waste my time coming here? But TD Jakes got on the stage. Oh man, the people were just, oh, the energy. Oh man, blah blah blah. He got on stage, and during his beginning speech, he says that when he got through preaching the word of God, you will not know who you came in here with. You won't remember how you got here because the word of God is coming forth tonight. And I said, I don't know what he gonna say. This man, I sat there and I gave him my undivided attention. But somehow, while I was listening to him talk, all that anger about the offering and all that stuff just left because I gave my undivided attention to him, what he was saying. This man got to preaching, and it felt like he and I were the only people in the whole world. And he was talking to me, and he was preaching about this prophet in the Old Testament, and I think it was Isaiah. Oh yeah, I think it was Isaiah. But anyway, he's preaching about that. And during my first message when I started preaching, I think I was like 17 years old. It was about they that wait on the Lord. That's what it was. They that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength and blah blah blah. That was what my message was about. But he started talking that and saying that in the words of how his expression and the energy. And do you know, in a millisecond, I screamed. That's all I could do. I screamed and I screamed and I screamed. And at the same time, somebody else must have got that message because it was people screaming everywhere. And I had to do something because it was crazy. I wasn't sitting in the same seat. I was way on the opposite side of the room. And when it calmed down, it's like a tornado came through that place. Because we were sitting in these kind of folding chairs, and some of them were knocked over. It was a mad. I didn't know where my purse was. I didn't know where my friends were. And he said that when he was preaching, he said, you ain't even know who you came here with. And it happened. People were running like you spraying roaches running everywhere. That's the way these people were. But that was because of undivided attention. And I don't know, when you can go to a church and get this same energy, and you might act like this and this and that. But then you can go to another type of lecture, and the woman is talking, and you give your undivided attention, and this information will still fill your soul. So the key to understanding is undivided attention. That's what I want to express, the undivided attention. And what is this? What? 23 minutes. I'm going to stop here, but I wish I could. Oh, I do have my books, but I can't tell you where to get this information. But I guess you could go to any website that talks about metaphysical, or even just type in undivided attention, I guess. But I was going to the School of Metaphysics, so that was a long time ago, but I still have information. But that's the key to us getting this big machine, our bodies and our brain, the spiritual part. That's the key. Undivided attention. Every step that you make, you're aware of where you're going. Because I think about those keys that I put in between those pillars. Something happened, and my attention left. I remember that day when I first got up. I had some days it's like that. I had vertigo, and I have to be careful how I turn. If I turn too quick or if I look up or whatever, I get real dizzy. So maybe when on my way out to the car, I made a funny move and was dizzy and had to sit down. And after I sat down and got my balance back, I must have just dropped the keys. That's my theory. But that undivided attention, if I'd have been paying attention in that moment when I felt dizzy, where I said, "Ooh, let me sit down," because I do say that if I'm dizzy and running around, I feel funny. I said, "Ooh, let me sit down." At that moment, when I felt that dizzy spell coming, I lost my attention. I had to for me to just say, "Ah," and get comfortable and drop my keys in that second because it didn't take long. I would think in 3 seconds, yeah, 5 seconds, that dizzy spell left, and I got up and was headed toward the door and had no keys in my hand. So, um, what is this? Who is this? Says Daryl Owens, not a Christian love. I don't know what that means. Not a Christian love. I think love is just love. It don't have to, nothing to do with Christianity. I don't know what they doing. I never seen you, Daryl Owens. So you must be a Christian, Daryl Owens. I'm glad to have you here. I used to be a Christian. I mean, a faithful Christian. You know, we are soldiers in the army and we got to fight and all that. I used to do that. But I think as you get to the age of reasoning, you realize that I don't know if you find the inner self, your the God. That's the thing about it. You got to meet yourself, and that's what this talk is about. To be aware of your thoughts, knowing your thoughts. Oh, you say Daryl. You say no, I am not. Oh, okay. Well, some are, some not. But I'm not trying to. I don't know. I'm not trying to convert nobody. I used to do that in church. Oh man, we had to go and witness to people and pass out pamphlets and they said save souls and get them in the kingdom. And I was working hard with that. And you get people to come to church and I join the church and hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, and they join. And shucks, the next 3 months, you see them back out on the street drinking, doing whatever they want to do. And my mother wanted my dad to be saved so bad. I mean, but you can't save people. You can't. The thing is to save yourself. I used to be a choir director. That's good. Choir director, man. I couldn't sing a lick, but I would sing in the choir and do the lip thing, just because you don't dare mess up their groove with that singing, because I am not a singer. So, but when we were young, you had to be in the choir. There was so many things the Holy Church just made you do. In fact, I think they made me be a preacher. This man was passing out preacher license like they were stuff in a Cracker Jack box. So everybody in the church is a preacher. It was a mess. That's what it was. But I'm glad you're here, Dale, and whoever else is here. But I am concentrating on my steps and being aware of what I am doing, because as you get to my age, I worry about my memory. And I probably shouldn't worry about it, but I need to be aware at all times because I've been doing this frequently. I can get up out of the bed and my sometimes my knee is swollen and I can barely walk. But I stop what I'm doing, push this rail and get out of bed and stand up. And when I stand up, I say, "What am I standing up for? I've forgotten just that quick where I intended to go." And I say, "Lord, what happened?" Well, I forgot that quick. Or sometimes I can slide on out to the garage. And when I get out there, I said, "Now, what did I come out to the garage for?" Oh, you say, "How old are you?" I am 69 years old. I'll be 70 in March of next year. So you see yourself slipping, you see the memory, and it's you have to laugh. And that's why I'm going back through all of my memory and things that I did so I can hold on to something so I don't completely lose my memory. My dear friend, he has Alzheimer, and it is just really strange to watch this happen because it's so many things he don't remember. And I'm thankful that he has pictures, and he looking at the pictures and he laughs. I said, "Yeah, we went to Vegas, we did this and we did that," and he just said, "I see it in the picture. I guess that really happened." So it's I don't know. You just have to live till you die. That's it. And the memory thing, I'm trying to hold on to that. And he and I, when we talk, it helps him because I let him talk. And man, songs, he can remember songs and things, and we have so much fun talking about the past. And then um the next day, and you don't dare ask him what you did yesterday because he doesn't remember it, but he remembers things that happened years and years ago when he was a child. So that's a long-term memory. And then the short-term memory, I guess that does happen. So, but I know something happened for me to forget the keys, and I don't remember putting my keys in between two pillows. I just don't remember it, but I'm so thankful for me being able to draw my guardian angel or whatever you want to call it. But that was me knowing myself. I was able to draw that, and myself directed me because myself sounds just like me. This voice I hear is like this crazy, but it's true. I've been hearing y'all, whoever with me, have heard me talk about the voice. I heard this voice in the third grade, man, and and I know all of you have heard a voice. And when you say, "Oh, something told me not to go over there. Something told me not to do that." And when you go back and try to remember, think about who is that something? Who was that? And I didn't realize that it was me until in the 70s. You know, we come up poor, but somehow or another, my brother got a tape recorder, and everybody pushing it and hit two buttons so you can record. And were talking on it. And then when I heard my voice, because I never heard my voice, and I listened, I said, "Oh, that's how I sound." And that was me. And that's the inner self. So I sometimes you can forget that process of the inner self. And nothing to do but talk to the inner self, and the inner self will talk back to you. But it's always got to be the positive voice, because be careful, the inner self, you might have to go back and train this self to be positive, because people do hear voices and telling these people, this guy that went in New Valley and shot up all his kids, something told him to do that. So we have to be careful and remember there's a negative influence. And when you living in the negative, you heard this voice talking to you, which is you, a long time. And people do dastardly deeds, and but I don't want to be that kind of person. And I'm going to get off here, but we'll go through this again because this is helping me, and I hope it helps somebody else, because that incident that happened yesterday with my keys, it's making me go grab my all my stuff and dust my mind off, so I can remember not to forget. Okay. And I'm gonna say good night, people. Much love. Bye bye.